Everybody on this presentation today. Hello and welcome everybody who is on YouTube, on Facebook, and of course here on this webinar platform. So just bear with me one more second before we really here get started full steam on. I just need to connect my StreamYard. And once this is done, then all the different platforms should see us live here on this call today, which is going to be exciting as you all going to learn new things. So I believe we are live now. I believe everybody can hear me. That is good. I get a lot of feedback from the different platforms. Fantastic. All right. Awesome. Let's get going here with the presentation. Again, for all of you guys who don't know me yet on the call, I know we are just here Saturday having lots of people logging in and lots of new people on the call who never have attended to a presentation or a webinar. So you're just getting ready, and it's probably the hottest day in Europe today. So I appreciate you that. And of course, for you guys folks from overseas, from all the other countries, also welcome here on this call. Again, my name is Claudia Eifert, and I'm going to walk you through today the Utopian Global presentation, how to create your own economy, and obviously a little bit we're talking about understanding gold and silver and what could be, of course, your benefit by having and owning gold and silver, and of course building up income-producing assets. So the company Utopian Global is all about wealth creation, wealth preservation, and obviously generating income. Because let's face it, everybody right now is sort of in a struggle all over the world. I mean, I just put out yesterday a post, all the different big, huge companies are letting people, of course, go because obviously of this effects of the COVID-19 crisis. Large companies were sort of just half a year ago, you would have never thought they would let people go, right? I mean, you have Zara, you have Starbucks, you have JCPenney, you have, I mean, you name it, Victoria's Secret, we have Lufthansa, lots of airlines. So everybody's sort of kind of stuck and don't know really, well, when is it going to recover? Will it recover? Lots of companies have not been prepared. And of course, they don't have the proper funding. So we are living certainly in times of change. In times of change is when also are always great opportunities. In fact, some of the greatest opportunities, be it if we go as long back as in the 1930s, or as long back, of course, as in the 70s, or as long as back as in the 2000s or 2008, we always see there's really amazing ideas who come out through this, huge crisis. So let's talk about a little bit about that. Again, my name is Claudia Eifert. I'm with this company since 12 and a half years. So I already have gone through a major crisis, of course, which was the 2008-2009 crisis in terms of, especially, of course, noted in the US and in other parts of the world, the banking crisis. So, but now what we, of course, have is very, very different and, of course, way, way worse. And let's look at this a little bit and let's look at what can you do with that. See, I, with this company, have understood to create wealth, to have understood, take that knowledge which the company was giving me, the company founders, the people in the company involved, the coaches, the educators, and they have used the vehicle they gave me for Utopian Global to create financial freedom. If you're looking for that, then you should listen carefully to the presentation. If you are looking for making some extra money, absolutely, you should look, of course, into this presentation. If you're just looking to, basically retire earlier or get rid of your job, or you may don't have a job, you don't have a plan B, you want to look at plan B, well, this presentation is also for you. So listen in. If you want to take some notes, if you wish to ask some questions as well. We have a little question panel there. And I'm going to look at these questions and, of course, hopefully able to answer them. So let's sit back and enjoy the presentation. I hope to not talk too much, but I want to make some good points, which I believe are key for your understanding. So let's get started here. What are some of the challenges most people face today? I already said, of course, the problem with COVID. Then, of course, we face most people you talk to have no money, or they have no savings, or they just really live paycheck to paycheck. What if there's no paycheck anymore, right? And we see many people, of course, bailing out. What happens when this is going to stop? Then we have, of course, on the other hand side, high student loans. Huge major problem. And we have personal credit card debt, very, very high. Many people, they're struggling already before the crisis to pay back even their interest. Well, what's happening now, right? And then, of course, we have another phenomenon that is artificial intelligence. I mean, Forbes did recently release an article which said, in the next 15 years, we expect a job loss of 40%. That means 40% of the people, they will not have any more job because of artificial intelligence, robotic labor actually replacing that. So it looks pretty grim, the future, but of course, as I said, there's always a solution. 85% of the people, they are unhappy and not really liking what they are doing. So if you feel like you were meant for more, and this is what I felt sort of when I was in 2007 introduced, 2008 the company started, but I was introduced 2007 when it was sort of in the brainstorming concept before it really came out. I was in a situation, I was working 2 jobs and very hard, and even, had a good paid job. I mean, was manager in one company, and the other one, of course, I was also managing, but it was a restaurant. Where I served with the top 1% of Germany. So always sort of kind of dealing with wealthy people, with super wealthy people. And I found myself stuck, working really hard and just never have the right finances, never have time, never had the lifestyle I really dreamed of about when I was young. So if you, or if presented with the right opportunity, what area in your life would you like to better? You see, for me, it was all of them. So then look, what is your financial game plan? What is currently your financial game plan? You see, my game plan was, before I knew, work more. So I thought an extra work so that I work more hours would give me that. Well, it didn't, because I traded time for money for a currency which is actually losing value every 8 to 10 years. So, or half of its purchasing power. So I also did start to become self-employed, and that did not work so well. But of course, this for many people who are looking into that, it could be they make a little bit more money, but also they have even less time. Well, with our business, if, of course, and this is only an option, see, you can become a business owner and you can own a system that actually works for you. When I was shown this, I was like, wow, no overheads, no employees, everything is basically done, a business in the box. All I have to do is basically learn some skills, which, you have to learn how to walk, how to talk, how to ride your car or drive your car, ride your bicycle. I mean, so I could also learn some skills. And with learning some skills, you can have, of course, a business platform that actually can build you an extra income, but also generating you a lot of wealth. And I like that. I like that option because I knew didn't have a boss, didn't have anybody who would tell me what to do, when to do. I could literally create my own lifestyle around, of course, what I do. And it basically has no income tap. So I like that idea. And I started with Utopian Global so many years ago. Now, when we're looking, of course, at how money is really made or what people are doing out there, well, 60% they're working for someone. Now, I did that. Of course, it's okay. It's not bad, right? You have to have, people's working for someone. It's clear. And 35% work for themselves. Problem with that is that you're trading your time for a currency which is losing value. If you're in Canada, you have Canadian dollars. If you're in the US, you have US dollars. In Germany, you have euro. In the UK, of course, you have Great British Pound and so on. But what you don't realize is that that money is actually buying you over time less and less. Now you can go to the bank, put it there, but what do you get? 1%, 1.5%, maybe 2%. In Germany, you get negative interest rate. So you're actually straight away losing there. You didn't even have count in for inflation. Now, this is why wealthy people, okay, they are just not in this category. They are in this category where 5% of the people is in. They are business owners, they own businesses where they create leverage, and they have investments, which of course are in assets. It could be real estate, it could be businesses, of course, it could be like we have oil, gas, oil field, whatever it is, but which creates leverage, which means money works for you. So we're going to look into business owner and investor, because when you join Utopian Global, be it as a customer, which most people do, you will be able to automatically have, of course, products and services such as gold and silver, and of course, income-producing assets, which puts you in the category of the 1%. And then, of course, if you take on the business vehicle, that's what I did, you can also become part of the 4%, the business owners. So you see, through Utopian Global, I can really now show you how you can actually build and grow wealth through an easy platform that protects everyone's future with a medium of exchange, which really has stood the test of time. This is, of course, silver, and this is gold, real physical. And a platform where you can get rewards, residual rewards from owning income-producing assets. And we do that through our crowdfunding platform, Store. And a platform where you get paid for something you're doing for free. What do I mean by that? Well, you know, all day long, you probably wear your Ralph Lauren shirt, or you wear your nice new sneakers from Nike, or your Adidas, or whatever it is. So you're branding companies. It's just that these companies never give you anything for free. They never give you something, right? Yet you do promotion for them. Well, here with us, when you, of course, marketing and branding and our products and services, then you're going to get paid every time somebody shops. See, when you shop at Amazon or when you shop at Nike, when you shop at Apple Store, you just don't get nothing for free, right? And even though you say, oh, my iPhone works so great and so well, it is great, I love it, I love my iPhone, you never get any discount from iPhone. So not the smartest way to do it is, there are existing better and smarter ways, and this is what we show you. So the Utopian Global ecosystem, our business, is based, of course, on different pillars, and our product range from gold, silver, which really is nothing else than safeguarding and growing your wealth by saving in precious metals. But we have this great platform, which you can say, well, I can buy here gold and buy there. Yes, but we have this great platform, which is very liquid, where you get the best gold to the best prices, and you have physical gold and silver. You know it's there, and you can sell out any time. And Store, we have an income-producing asset, which Store is a platform, which stands for Sustainable Technology and Resource Holding, which crowdfunds money. Utopian Global is the marketing platform. We raise the funds, and then the funds, of course, are employed to buy real assets, which are going to produce income for a long, long time. And education, of course, we have an amazing education platform where you learn from how to talk to people, to, of course, gold and silver. Why now? Of course, what is money? What do the wealthy do? How do they diversify? What's their strategies? So all kinds of stuff, from financial education to personal development to whatever you can think we have here through this platform. And certainly some of the information, see, I have lots of people coming to me and they say, well, you know, I'm a banker. And some of them, I know they even have sort of got the highest education. They never understood gold or silver, because most people don't. They never have been taught that in school. So, and not in their, of course, university. So here, through our coaches and our wealth, let's say, strategists, you're going to have access to information which normally is preserved only to the 1%. And then, of course, we have a platform. And again, this is an option. Not everybody wants to do plan B. Not everybody wants to be its own boss. Not everybody wants to build a business aside, but we have this option. That's the option I did choose, to own my own e-commerce platform. Well, certainly right now with everything which is going on, I believe sort of everybody would have wished to have online business when they couldn't leave. I mean, people just now are starting to go out again, just now, but it could look, if we're going to go close again. Well, wouldn't it be nice to make some money online? Absolutely. So as you see, Utopian Global, we're really driven to always develop new cutting edge products and services which are in high demand. And automatically, when you are building this business, let's say with Utopian Global, you're tapping into $1 trillion industries. Here, of course, we have $1 billion of gold and silver, then here $1 trillion in oil, and then altogether it's $1 trillion industry with digital assets and, of course, social sharing, and of course the other products which are going to come. Now, gold, I want to touch a little bit on that, and I really want you to pause because and to listen. And to close off your phone, no, don't watch your phone. No, don't get any message. Really just listen to this information because I know it's valuable, because I know it has changed my life. I know it can change your life. You see, when you're making money, and I have here some money. So you're making and earning a currency. That's a currency, yeah? It's euros. Every 8 years, it's a 100-euro note. Every 8 years, this currency is losing half of its purchasing power. That simply means you need double the money just to buy the same goods and services. That is a reality. Now, they don't count those things when they count inflation. They just, in inflation items, they don't count this in. They count in the items you buy every 3, 4, 5, 10 years. They don't count in like the milk, the bread, the butter, and so on, the yogurt, your daily necessities. Now, gold has outperformed every major currency, also the smaller currencies, over time. That means and we are right now in a gold bull market. Why we are in a gold bull market? Because governments all around the world are doing an excessive money printing. Well, why? Because, they have to bail out. They have to keep somehow the economy going. They have to fund a lot of things so that, of course, you have your daily bread still if you lost your job. So they're doing a lot of money printing currently. Every time governments do money printing, then, of course, that means for you, your money will buy less. And we are right now seeing the largest expansion in monetary history, the largest. Never had been so big as it is now. That means, of course, you will see these numbers here, which are in green, is basically the outperformance of gold to the US dollar, also to the euro, to the US dollar, to the Great British Pound. So basically that means if an US average house in 71 that cost around $25,000, today, that costs around $280,000. But it also means in 71, with 720 ounces of gold, you could buy that nice size average house. But in 2020, today you need way less gold, yet way more paper. So the question comes back, are you earning way more paper or not? And of course, having asked 1,000 people around the world, of course they don't. They don't make more money. Now, that means if, of course, the only income source you have is paper currency and you just put it into the bank or you put it aside in paper, that is losing every 8 to 10 years half of its purchasing power. That is why Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, calls it, "You are a loser. Savers are losers." Now, saving is good, but in the right assets, in gold and silver. And gold and silver is an insurance policy because it holds the purchasing power over a large period of time. That's why the wealthy people have it. Most of the wealthy people, big hedge fund managers, central banks, do what? They buy gold. What do you buy? You see? What do you buy? You buy things, stuff. right? So let's look at here, silver. Well, silver, very similar. Silver also has outperformed all major fiat currencies over time, all of them. Now, we look at just the last 30 days, something crazy had happened. And that is, the last 30 days, silver prices did rise 51%, but it didn't really rise so much. It is your purchasing power which lost so much. It's just that the silver usually goes in pair with gold, but it didn't go so much now. So gold did rise. Gold actually achieved its all-time high, but silver not. Silver was still stuck at around 16, 17 an ounce. And of course, silver is heavy manipulated. But now it did actually go through all the way up to $30 just in the last 30 days. So that means 51%. If you would have had silver with Utopian Global, you would have made 51% literally against your US dollar, or 42 against your euro, or 43 against your British pound. Now, silver has also another function. Silver is, of course, a hedge against inflation, but also has industrial usage, meaning, of course, all the renewable industry, the batteries contain silver. All this COVID-19 medical equipment, medical mask contain silver. All your gadgets, all your phones, smartphones, computers, everything really literally contains silver. So silver has a very heavy industrial metal. But now I want to show you something else, what still happens with silver, because silver is still not at its all-time high. You see, the all-time high of silver, and why is this important? It's important because if you're thinking about, wow, what Claudia says, that's interesting, but okay, well, if prices are now already high, well, should I really get into gold and silver? Well, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to just very quickly move on and go to another page here, which is the gold and silver ratio. So I don't know if you know gold or silver ratio, what it means. So I'm going to make it a little bit simple. So usually gold and silver goes always in pair, meaning like it always has been said, for 1 ounce of gold, you have 12 ounces of silver. Silver was always the money of barter, the money of gentlemen. And of course, gold was the money of kings. So you had always 12 ounces to 1. And then you have the ratio. So the ratio of gold or silver, and we can just go to a site which is called goldprice.org. You can all look at that. That's not a hidden website. Everybody can look at. We're going to look at some history. So some history, we had a gold and silver bull market, another one, when, of course, the QE, the quantitative easing, the money printing, another money printing hugely started was when the banking, of course, crisis in 2008, 2009, 10, 11, right? What happened actually back then was in 2011, the gold-silver ratio was around 35. So it was around 35, the gold-silver ratio. You see it here on the bottom? Well, when you go back 30 years, or we go all the data we have back in here to 1975, we see more or less, we have times it goes a little bit up, but then we have it more or less, it's always sort of the same here, right? But now we see a huge gap. We see a huge gap between gold and silver. So we see a very, very, very big gap between the ratio. So look, if 2011 we had the highest gold price, which was 2000, now we have the highest, but we had the highest back then. We had a 1,900 gold price, and we had $49 of silver. Then, of course, it went here. You see up. Obviously, your money devaluating, but the gap between gold and silver did go wider and wider and wider. Silver didn't really go in pair as they usually do. But now, of course, just the last few days, it is getting closer again to get pair, but there was a really wide gap here. We had even a 125 gap between the gold and silver cycle. That means, that's why we knew, that's why if you would have listened to this webcast, we knew, silver will have a breakout. Silver will be big. And of course, 30 days later, we are looking at a 44% or even over 50% for the United States. But of course, when we look at here, still silver has a long way to go to be actually in pair again with gold. That means based on the traditional gold-silver ratio, we are looking at a $65 at least silver price, just based on data, at least. So we are now at 28, something like that. And again, like this is based on data, and this is based on a gold price, which was back then the highest, which was 1,900. We are now over 2,000 gold price, obviously. So we're looking at, of course, $100 or even up to $300 eventually silver. Now, this is speculation. We don't know. We know just history, data, fundamentals. Yes. So we don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, nor am I advisor you on that. I'm just showing you this is what history does. And we have been saying silver must be because of all the fundamental reasons, because of all the industrial usage. It must go up. It cannot stay that low. And of course, that's what we happened. So let me go back to the presentation. I hope you get me now, because this is really key information there. And again, silver back then was $49. Again, I expect at least based on that $65, but actually way higher because gold already went through the ultimate highs. So with us, of course, what we do, we have a platform where you basically can buy gold or silver from as little as $25 or euros, basically that is. And you can save. See, I don't really look so much at the price, even though I talk about the price just to give you the understanding. But for me, it's how much weight do I have? How much does this weigh? How much do I have? Because this is my insurance policy, my safe haven. Yes, there are times when I sell because I just take the market trend, but I'm just not really so much looking. I'm looking at the long term, over long term. Doesn't matter if I have an insurance policy. I know this insurance policy company can go bankrupt, which lots went. I know my bank can collapse. All of that. Well, I know gold or silver is always there. It's never goes away. So we have a really great platform. You can buy gold, you can store it with the #1 refinery in the world and the #1 storage facility in the world. You can sell it back anytime you wish. You even, when you go and become a business owner, have no fees applied, meaning there's no fees if you wish to sell back. There's no fees if you wish to withdraw. And you have a 3% price over spot. If you're a customer, still great deal because you have an 8% above a spot for buying gold. Now, of course, if you want to have it shipped, which we do, you got to add, of course, for silver tax, and you got to add, of course, the shipping and the conversion. And for gold, you need to add the conversion and the shipping. So it's fully secured, gold and silver, because you deserve free, transparent, and unlimited access to your assets. Now, Store is another product. It is a crowdfunding platform, unfortunately not available in the United States. It's an amazing platform. It's a really, really cool concept. I mean, really cool. Why? Because together, lots of people can own assets which are normally only preserved for the super rich. Yeah, because they have their billions of dollars, which they can just easily buy assets, right? The average ordinary people cannot. So when Store was developed, when Store, where the idea came to basically a concept sort of, it was helping ordinary people get stake of ownership, real ownership, not just a share certificate, real ownership in assets which produce income. And through crowdfunding, lots of people putting little bits here and there, then Store, the team, could source right assets which are great, long-term, stable, low risk, and then, of course, buy them, and then they then eventually generate revenues. So this is what we have done. And the current asset which we own, we still have a bank loan on it, but which we own, we basically, or this is producing currently already a 20% per annum return. That means the asset is producing around 20% per annum, and that for another 25 plus years what is discovered so far. And there's lots on this field which is not discovered yet. So it's an oil field in Texas. It's big. I mean, some people who are on the call even today, they have been there, they have seen it. It's green, it's very green. And I believe some of the best meat, if you're a meat eater, comes from that place as well. So this is already in 80 years in production. But there's a lot in that field still, of course, which is to be discovered. Discovered is already that we know for 25 years we will see great returns. And of course, that depends also on the oil price. Currently, we have a 44 oil price. Obviously, before Corona, it was in the high 60s. Do we believe it's going to go back? Yeah. I mean, we can't be stuck forever in this Corona stuff, right? I mean, sure, the economy will come back eventually and going to be again thriving eventually. Okay, not now. It's going to probably take 2 or 3 years, maybe 4, maybe 5. But, planes are going to fly again. People are going to travel again. So yeah, do we will need oil and gas? Absolutely. Do we want to go renewables? Yes, we want. So with Store, the platform also invests, of course, once we have everything done for this platform, the oil and gas, Store also is looking into acquiring other assets in the, of course, natural resource sector, renewable, sustainable, and of course, mineral reclamation, plastic recycling. There's endless of projects. What does it need? Funding. So with funding, of course, you can buy great assets. And this is what we are doing here with this platform. Now, Utopian Global founder is Bill Rowell. He is, of course, an Australian citizen, long experience when it comes to owning hotels, basically building up hotels from scratch and then selling them when they were at their best. From also experience into cryptocurrency, into mining, from experience into, of course, running businesses, to blockchain-based, of course, etc. So he has a lot of industry knowledge as well as he's a networker. He also has a lot of industry experience and being one of the top guys in the industry of networking. And as well, he's a precious metals licensed dealer. So he actually has his license to deal with precious metals, and which is great. So he is steering the ship together with the Store team. All really great people here. Ryan Messer, Randall Addington, Americans. They are oil and gas. Ryan, 2 decades in oil and gas. Everything which it comes to drilling, he drilled over 200 oil things there. Over 200. He's so exploring. This discovery, exploring, refining, logistic, marketing, everything. Ryan basically is involved, and Randall, his partner, he's doing everything which has to do with the blending and the mixing, that the oil they take out is blended the right way so that they can have the maximum margin when they sell it to BP, because we have contracts with BP, British Petroleum. And Randall is also very much expert in recycling. And this is why we really want to go with plastic recycling, in recycling plastics back to fuel. This is a huge problem. Huge, massive. And we were really advanced before COVID, going into plastic recycling. But of course, right now with no traveling, everything has sort of stopped. And this is actually sad, because that means all the plastic you guys consume goes into the landfills and goes into the ocean. So this is a project we really have to work on once, of course, the economy is getting open again, and again requires funding. And then Philip Judge, he is the co-founder of Utopian Global, but he's also on the board of Store, mineral mining and metals advisor, 3rd generation in gold and silver, owns a gold precious metals ETF, 100% backed by, owns a gold bullion bank. He is the person who had the idea to launch Utopian Global, and he together, Bill and Philip, founded that company back in 2008. And he is the person who I learned everything about gold or silver changed my life when it comes to finances, when it comes to understanding how the wealthy tick. What do they do? I learned that from Philip because he deals only with the 1%er. But he had this idea to help the ordinary people make extraordinary wealth. So you got to learn from people who have it, who have done it. You can't learn from people you're surrounded by who don't have nothing, right? It's nothing bad. It's just if you really want to thrive, if you want to do something else, if you want to better your life, you got to learn from other people, right? So I learned from Philip. I was an ordinary person. I'm still an ordinary person, but I just, live paycheck to paycheck, literally. That has changed. And I know it can change for you. Now, Alan Killen, great also experience, Brad Mitchell-Hoff and Jared Rose, all great guys who all have their own companies. They are since long, many years, decades, very successful, and they're all sitting on the board of Store here. So you can see you're really in good hands. Now, what does it mean for you? Well, when you put your money into Utopian Global, when you own gold and silver for Utopian Global, your gold and silver is safe. You actually have it. It's actually there. It's physically there. You can have it even shipped. But you also know that with Store, you're on a safe side. So the biggest question probably is, how do I get started? Well, as a customer, you can obviously buy your gold, you can sell it back whenever you need, and so on, and you can store it. And the store income producing asset, obviously you get involved because you eventually want to see if that store gives you a great income from, of course, the assets which it's accumulating and buying. All right. So the other option, of course, is for you to become a boss, your own boss. To create your own economy. That's the other option. Most people start as customers, but then, of course, other people say, look, what's going on right now? I got to build a plan B. I got to have another business. And you see, without our business, it's so simple that we actually provide an e-commerce platform or marketing platform, and you just do the sharing. That's all you do. And as Bill Gates says, if your business is not on the internet, you will be most likely out of business. You see, Robert Kiyosaki spoke before. He says the richest people in the world, they build networks. Everyone else is trying to look for work. I can just be a testimony to that, because when I worked at back then my job, where I was serving the 1%ers of Germany and also some international 1%ers, even kings. Yeah, I served even kings and even presidents. Yes, even presidents. So I certainly got myself there surrounded with them. Well, what I always found fascinating is, they all network. They sort of all know each other. So huge networks. So why do they do that? Well, because there's deals here, there's deals there, and they all, always sort of in the loop, while everybody else, as Robert says, is going to look for work. See, with Utopian Global, we have a simple financial rewards program. So you can share and earn and see 3 simple steps. Step 1, buy your affiliation, meaning that you open your shop, that you open your e-commerce platform. It's cost you from as little as 99 euros up to 3,500. You have your replicated website, you get all the stuff, and you own a business. You also get assets in there. You get either Store if you're outside the US, or gold or silver if you're inside the US. And then you commit to a 50 euro monthly asset accumulation plan, which also qualifies you to have your shop open. That means when people buy, you actually make commission. It's just simple. If you have to open a franchise, well, what do you have to make sure of? That you pay your rent, right? That, of course, you pay all your licenses, that you have products. So it's the same here. Here, you own a shop. With the shop, you just make sure you're on your 50 euro monthly, so that you can earn from your shop, and you're also getting already assets with it. So you're saving, actually. Step 2, you decide, okay, I become a builder. I want to build a business. I want to also open other franchises. Yeah, you can do that through Utopian Global. And then it unlocks you more bonuses on commission. That means now you have not only customers buying from you, you also have other franchises opening where they have customers who come to their franchises, and you also make money from that. So this is step 2. And step 3 is you say, look, I want to do what Claudia did. I really want to build a business where I can retire from in the next 3, 4, 5 years. I want to build a business which I literally can take anywhere. I want to build a business where I can make more money while I sleep that I can spend when I'm awake. I want to have a business where I can sleep in the morning. So that's what I like. And really work your business whenever you decide to work it, and not when your boss decides to work it. So this is step 3, you become a pro builder. That also then, of course, when you decide to really build a career with it, you unlock more bonuses. You unlock, of course, really great incentives. And we have from travel incentives, of course, to the typical thing, the smartphone, the computer, the laptop, to really great holidays, even to land ownership, and even very soon we have great new incentives coming out, which all have to do with house. Doesn't everybody wants to have a new house or a new home? I tell you that. That's a good one. So really, really great things. But of course, you got to work for it. Like everybody else, we are in a business. You work hard. You are committed. You are going to be succeeding. You don't work hard. You don't commit. You just say, oh, yeah, maybe today I talked to somebody. It's just, obviously, you're going to have less results. It's clear. So as an affiliate, if you decide to do this option, you select your package, commit you to your €50 monthly plan, choose the package you wish. As I said, the affiliate packages start with $99 up to $3,500. You get all your platform in, so that you can get gold or silver and get it at wholesale price. Don't have any fees applied. Have storage facility, the marketing platform, the coaching, everything you get in that business in the box. You're buying a business in the box. This is those packages. Then we have the investors packages. The investors packages start with $9K. And this is where most of the money goes, not to the business platform, but goes actually to the real assets, right? So from 9K on to 1 million is where most of the money is actually going into the assets and towards the asset. So if you are not looking to build a business, but you're looking to really become an investor, well, these packages are the one you should get in. So everything you actually need which help you to succeed, we have replicated websites, state-of-the-art back office, marketing funnel, video, multimedia, world-class coaching, and with 3 people, only 3 people. Let's say you say, wow, I like that. We all shared with 3 people and your business is already paid for. Simple. 3 people. You share and your business is paid for. Pretty simple. Share with 1 person a month and your €50 monthly is literally taken care of. I mean, to how many people do you talk during a month? Can you see? It would make sense that people own silver. It would make sense, that people would own gold. I believe so. So how easy is it to talk to people? Well, it's pretty simple. And you're going to learn the skills through, of course, our coaching and training. So for literally for €1 a day, you have all this platform available, that you have ownership in real income producing assets and resources. You have access to real wealth protection, assets such as gold and silver. We have a savings and accumulation plan denominated in real assets. You can achieve infinite returns on your investments, meaning when you build the business, well, I don't know how capable you are. You literally can make more money than the CEO if you set your mindset up to it and you do the work. You can make more money than myself, even though I started so much earlier. Up to you. You may just looking for and making another $100, $200, 500,000. That is fine. No worries. You can do that here. And if you wish to have a global online business, meaning where you can expand, let's say you're in Canada and you have people in the UK, yes, you can expand your business to the UK. Absolutely. You don't have to do the setup. You don't have to all those headaches which comes up setting up business in other countries. It's done for you. The company has already done it. You see, you have a business in a box. And you have a team of independent business owners who go to work with you for free. And of course, enjoy added tax benefits. I mean, just in America, Canada, many other countries, by just owning a business, just becoming your own business owner, there's so much tax advantages. Like the average person who works for somebody, they don't know that. They don't know that you can have so many advantages by owning your own business. So go to your tax advisor and ask them about it, because really, I tell you, it is amazing. You can even offset your entry into Utopian Global. So if you are here, you look for paying off debt, maybe saving money, changing lives, or creating generational wealth. The time to build wealth with passive income starts now, because what's your plan B? What's going to be your alternative? See, if you don't have a plan B, then, well, why not make it Utopian Global your plan B and contact the affiliate and join today. Again, talk to the person who invited you to this presentation, ask questions. I'm also going to address some questions here if I see them here as well, but ask questions, no problem. They will gladly be answered. And if they don't know how to answer it, well, there's somebody in the team who sure is be able to answer those questions. So important notice at the end, Utopian Global Compensation Plan is an exciting opportunity, but of course it works if you work, right? So you get paid from the opportunity if you actually work it. Now you get paid from the assets eventually, and you, of course, own the gold or silver. Yeah. What do you do with it? It's, of course, what you do. If you sell it, if you keep it, that's up to you. Store is not licensed in the United States, therefore cannot be sold or offered there. And we have a 14 days money back guarantee. So right now is, of course, the best time to start Utopian Global. Why? Well, look at the situation the world is in. Isn't it better to actually have a plan B? So with that, I'm just going to now end the presentation, going to check some questions out here, because I'm going to show we have some questions coming here from Reggie. Any updates for the US? Very soon, Reggie. Patrick is asking, do you have to refer someone to a company before you earn your benefits? No, Patrick. Is Utopian Global an MLM company? Very good question, Patrick. Absolutely. So we are a referral marketing company. Now, most people come as a customer in. They don't need to refer. They just buy their gold or silver. They buy their store. Don't need to refer somebody. But why? I mean, just think about it. Why would you not refer? Do you really want to miss out your friends and family, that they miss out this information? Do you really want them to harm? I mean, really, I don't. I don't want to harm my family, meaning not telling the information I learned about gold or silver and what I know about money. Sorry to say, but I wanted my family and my friends be the first one that I share this knowledge, what I learned from the super wealthy, so they could actually do the same. So yes, we are an opportunity where ordinary people can join, and if they don't have money and a lot of money that they can actually buy gold or silver with, will make commissions because they have a mouth and they can talk and they can share it with other people. I love MLM. I love network marketing. I love it. I rather have leverage than no leverage, I'm sorry to say. So yes, it is. And Sahir is saying, I would like to say that this is an amazing business vehicle for us now and generations to come. Exactly. You see, as Robert Kiyosaki said, the rich people, what do? They build networks. They share ideas. And everybody else goes for work. So everybody who has this wrong misconception of the business, I'm sorry to say, but I'm not sure about your bank account. And that's harsh, but I say it because it's truth. So I'm very, very proud that we have an amazing vehicle here. It's not for everybody. You can become a customer. Just buy gold, silver, get the best prices, buy into store, receive, enjoy rewards from that. Totally fine. In fact, most people start like that. But eventually, when you learn the information you learn, you will want to share it with people because you will want that your friends and family know. If they do the decision, that's another thing. But you at least have shared it. At least they cannot come back to you and say, oh, you know what, Claudia, why didn't you tell me that gold or silver is like this? Why didn't you tell me that we are in such a problem with our economy and our purchasing power is losing? I don't want to have this happen. So I'm sharing it with friends and family. So you guys, I'm just going to check quickly if I also see some comments here on my, so I'm going to just need to switch the screen here and go out and go to my streaming channel there in StreamYard. If I find that, okay, there you go, StreamYard. Do I see truly amazing business? Yes. Really amazing business? Yes. So no more questions there. All right. Well, with that, guys, thank you so much. I wish you a wonderful Saturday. I know it's hot. We have a heat wave right now in Europe. Enjoy it. I love it. And have a fantastic, blessed Saturday. And we're going to see you hopefully on some of our further presentations. Thank you and goodbye.